Hello and welcome to the next installment of Bite-Sized Dvoretsky. It's time to discuss one of the most widely applicable concepts in all of endgame theory, the rule of the square. We can use a very simple visual cue to determine whether a king can catch a passed pawn before it promotes. Consider this position. How to find out if the black king can stop the pawn without having to count out all of the moves every time. If we imagine a square with one of its sides being the path from the pawn to the queening square, if the king is within this square, it will be able to stop the pawn. A straightforward way to visualize this is simply by drawing a diagonal from this pawn to the edge of the board, the point at which it's queening, and then just completing this square like that. In this situation, it's in fact white's to move, so white would play b4, and this changes where the square is, and this is now the square. And as we can see, black can't step into the square, and so hence, no matter what black tries to do, this pawn is going to queen and white will win the game. If in the starting position it was black to move, remember that that would make the square here, then black could step into the square and would be able to stop the pawn. So there are a couple of points worth noting here. First, we're considering a position without any involvement from the attacking white king. It can't assist the pawn at all. Second, we can also see, for example, in this position, which of course is very similar, that there would be only one path available to the black king to stop the pawn in time. b5, king e5, there's only one way that the king can reach the queening square. And so this is potentially significant because there might be situations where a friendly pawn obstructs this path, or perhaps one of the squares along this path is controlled by an enemy pawn. We also have to keep in mind that pawns can take 2 steps forward on their first move, so the square for a second rank pawn is exactly the same as one on the third rank. Thank you for joining me for this discussion of the rule of the square. Next, we'll consider how obstructions can affect the rule and witness some stunning applications. Bye for now.